true. I pray to you like you really exist, God. Not just that, I pray for myself like I would for anybody else. Help me understand clearly what it is that I really want for myself. Clearly, other people know what it is. I say that because oh wait, it is exhibit. Coexisting.
Yeah, game's on, playing strong, back to business. Fourth quarter, no huddle, back to business. Game's over, start to finish, we did it, we some champions.
If I have my own business,
we win us now, let's take a bow and get back to business. We made it out, they know us now, the world witness. Game's over, start to finish, we did it, we some
that way if I do so happen to share it.
Pop bottles, fireworks, fans cheering. Oh yeah, what we are, all you hearing. How we did, what we did, our team
I'm
spirit.
gonna give an opportunity to somebody I don't even know.
Blood dripping, sweat dripping,
You know, you
tears
ask
drop,
nothing so much
heart
other than to
beating,
do
mind focused, time off the
great job
clock.
inside.
Was all in through thick and thin, so we were in that. That's right.
Always bring it.
This moment wasn't given, yeah, we really earned it. It seemed the top was only big enough for us to fit. The power coming from us, so we wouldn't forfeit. All that perfect practice for the pressure turned it. Know what's up, we went there reconstruct. When lightning struck, what got you shook? Yeah, that was us. Such a rush when we were bust, push, came to shove. Now we the ones that have our names up in the books.
Your intelligence. If I choose, come up with this type of technology.
Yeah, game's on, playing strong, back to business. Fourth quarter, no huddle, back to business. Game's over, start to finish, we did it, we some champions. We win us now, let's take a bow and get back to business. We made it out, they know us now, the world witness. Game's over, start to finish, we did it, we some champions. So look, we lived our vision, it's safe to say we some
Somebody had to tell me
visionaries.
about it.
We had a
That-
dream that we
that I knew where to
executed,
go
we
to get it.
mercenaries. United we stand, happen like we devised a plan. Us brave legends decided to take action. What you got described the credit to be added. Us few, then we're pursued, this time overdue. We killed our pride, humbled ourselves and born new. Temples with energy and infinite amounts of revenue. I do, pardon they sweet sorrow. Cause you could too, today and not tomorrow. The glue, the clue, stick to it and just follow. What you can do, that life pill you just swallow. Hollow decisions, outcomes
I carry
fictitious. Chances are slim, beat more nutritious. Don't fold up, bend straight forward position. I sighted, take aim and hit your mark with precision.
How much time could I spend asking you, God, to give me these things in my life?
Game's on,
gonna
playing
make
strong,
some steps
back to
over.
business. Fourth quarter, no huddle, back to business. Game's over, start to finish, we did it, we some
Given to me that you allow me to accept.
we win us now, let's take a bow and get back to business. We made it out, they know us now, the world witness. Game's over, start to finish, we did it, we some yeah. And that's it.
It's like wherever
We
you
came through. We
you
conquered,
just don't know what they're gonna influence
and
into.
that's all she wrote, right? The fat
And
lady
it's
song,
like,
right?
God,
Or the fat man
how
song,
could I
right?
stop myself
Or somebody saying,
from
right?
being
A
involved
rap.
in a certain way that is
That's a vet.
beyond
We
imaginable?
champions.
How can I have a stable membership with inside this internet connection that I have left? I see that when we allow things to develop, all because of somebody took that little chance of it didn't affect nobody, but yet everybody could see it being built, know how to build it too, and be themselves involved with it. We gave it a description, and then we just passed it around, and then it's like eventually enough people got involved, it became certified, right? And the time it's all something to make it, and just to tell somebody this is what you do, and go on, man. We go through all of this just to give exchange. So if this is what you allow, even with that which we ingest of so serious. How can we not involve certain things in a negative way? In a way that will not stop progression. The way we all say, hey, you're gonna reap what you sow. How is it that we reap the things worth sowing? Especially if it's within ourselves, for ourselves, by ourselves, to be given that to someone else. It's like once I realized this was seriously something to be involved in with, to put this little bit of, they call injection within inside yourself. And the same, listen, it's the same. This word is just gonna be something physical I'm gonna give to you, and you're gonna believe both of them. Seriously, this is what we're doing, right? So how are you gonna have me involved in this, and then in a way that I'm able to provide for my family? I haven't called them yet. Checked in on them. It's like, how much time must pass before you do that? Especially if the job that we're doing is, how you say, not so much involved with our physical embodiment. It's like, hey, you know, you can just stop that right there and then do what it is that you're talking about. Or you can do nothing at all. It's like, if you create us to be somebody who decides to make money from a video camera, then, I mean, and then add these type of things that we can do because of us video taping the certain types of reality that we are living in, and hold it above ourselves. Like, seriously, somebody seriously that just walked through here and is really explaining how this reality is, and it's kind of making a real felt heart decision of whether or not I don't want to continue on letting myself talk about this realization of this world that I have to coexist in. Because if it is true that we can truly do certain things, and it actually is an enhancement, and I say that as in, you can name it from anything that is placed in front of us to either consume or use for the physically spiritual, and have an abundant effect upon ourselves. When we do it, we get better. It's like, how can you put me in this existence of saying things that you would want me to say because it's going to make your society better? Make our society. I mean, you don't. I'm thinking. Okay, then don't lie to be short term. It's
Quarterback, I take a hit, resting on my hip side, louder than a thundercat, louder than a thundercat, flyer than a.
It's like, and then how can you make it to where what we read doesn't affect us in a negative way? You know, we get out here, you know, pretending like we know something. Let us not pretend, because once again, we have to live in this world for, we say 24 hours, but and if we're going to live and exist, let us be that infinity. So once again, it's quiz question infinity. I don't care how long it takes for you to do a video and put it out there, right? And then market it, promote it. Is it what every single person? They say, what you gonna do to make some money, right? Is the question. So, how do you make me a person that's able to do things to make some money? Yes, I'm asking of what I observe, and as they say, herb here with the bees on it. And make it implanted. Make it to where I speak is not towards anything but myself. Shouldn't be there or should be there, right? Imagine me not knowing it's there to continue that path of what they say having the effect of somebody that does something they do not know of it. Versus in my instinct, it's like, only if they could have known how to drive that car, or if only they could have known how to ride that bike. Let's take it to infinity. Only if they knew how to write their name, right? I'm not taking this back. I'm taking this here to the present. That if we all got backs. It's inevitable. If babies, little bitch done this, and then now I guess I don't know if it's, I don't know if it be, but it'd be some type of blessing. It's like, how can you make me a person to where it's like, hey, one day you're gonna have to hang yourself up until like hang up the towel, buddy. Dry yourself off, find a new gig, as they say, or find a new influence. How is it that this person doesn't exist? Because this person seriously doesn't exist for some people. You better stick into, because I'm saying things you really want to embody in your motherfucking quarantine. How you wouldn't want to implement Clinton? You talk about it, right? It's just in music, and the person that made that song sometimes natives like a lot of attention to plus, and sometimes that person, but it sound good and it feel good, and may you attract that into your if that's what you want. You really listen to what you're listening to and what it's saying for you, through you, about you, and to you. It's like I could be listening to anything else right now, and I can choose to be saying anything else, but you having me say this because of a certain type of connection of an open exchange. That's probably astronomical. You giving me, don't put this, it's almost been, I didn't realize that much time. You're talking about short term. This is motherfucker. No wonder they say you just put that man behind a video and have him do certain type of actions. And even then, and you shouldn't even play into Oakland. If I call my wife, he telling me I'm such an I'm a man of a uplifting. Not her though, she can say that, but I won't uplift in this, and then I'll be there nurturing for them a lot of times. What you want, anybody can be, you just live it, but you chose me, or you choose me because you do the relative of the different more content. And it's like, oh, I don't feel the same no more. What should I do? Why not allow you to have something like myself? After all, they always look at me and act just like me. I'm like, wait a minute. How you doing this, but you You push my how you know how I get down to my bed? It's the mission. But other than top of that, mission, if the reason is I spent this much time because it's important. I don't want to continue living like hey, you're a failure. You are nothing. Fuck me. Nobody is a failure. If we're living right now, if we can, I mean seriously, I know it's meant to we go through so much, but if you live it, you know there's no failing you. There's no we gonna continue, and even though somebody like myself is gonna have an establishment and making more money than me and put this in front of me, for me to either consider or reconsider how I want to live my life. Do you want to be known like this or do you want to be known like that? It's simple. You're gonna carry yourself like this. You're gonna carry yourself like that. This is something constantly going on, especially you talking about short term. I want this to be, and I don't ask for certain things because of that I know, and I just see what's in front of me is beautiful. I cannot, it has not done nothing to me currently right now, and this is one of the most best moments of living, especially if there's an audience of a clip information. After I put this out clip and I put information to my order, of a person that can truly, how do you say, enhance themselves through not just speech, but the actual implementation of their actions. Especially if it's something through physical. It is a certain act of within itself. I have to accept that because I can swallow. But once I do, the way it's receptive won't be the same. It won't feel the same. It won't be. It will never truly sound just like that. You know, it's made just like that in that real bit old. Is you giving me this truth, this honesty that I can give towards our society. That way, when they are even you ever realize people that do things and don't watch themselves? You ever see that old clip? It's like, why you never take the, as much as you do, you ever see little clip? Don't you want to hear yourself? People, or they call it to play back the footage or something like this is you, is it not? So once again, taking this because if I'm truly able to do this upon a society, that must mean there's gonna be some. There's going to be some type of. I know if I heard of that of somebody like, oh, listen, let me just do it for you. I do it one time, okay? It's just maybe give it 2-3 times, and yeah, I figure out how to do it for you. That's how much I love you. Because even if you I'm kidding. If there's something truly special about us and we can tap into it, right? It's a talent, gift, whatever you want to call it. And we can put that right now in the now moment. Other than video camera and talking, it's like, but that's really all it is during certain times. I don't want to believe this, but I have to believe this guy. How much money can be made just by doing it? Because seriously, at all the things that could be going on versus a conversation of disagreement just to put it against somebody and see how much they can withstand. I can put myself, other than what I would do to a physical because they don't go along with what I say from my mouth, of what I have was thinking about, what I see that my family could exist from, would exist from. How could I have that much aggression towards somebody to where I would do certain things to them just because they won't go along with what I say? In the way I feel my family should live. How's it that I can make money from that too, and then jeopardizing other people's families that I don't even know? Why, if anything, we turn that jeopardy to right to donations. You giving money. They say what you reap what you sow. I mean, I gave so much money. Today somebody get, God, thank you so much for certain things reap some blessing. It's a legitimate. Even if you don't, at least you just giving. You give, it's like just give and don't think about receiving. And all of a sudden, if you receiving what you give, and then even 10 times fold. I can go ahead and examine that, dissect that phrase, and give it more implementations upon my dimension that I so-called focusing. And if you then let it be. But if we continue on, but listen, once again, I want to get back to the soul, because I'm so serious. I'm thinking I know what you have blessed me with, God. That's why I do what I do now. God, you don't know, if you don't know about appreciation and how much I really can in my life, maybe I can do something differently, or believe something differently that is upon you, that you can manifest and grow and have us harness, especially if it's a way of living that we always knew should be, and then be that. Just because we get like that. Yeah, I'm going to have to. I would want to. I would need to. I would believe to. Feed to. Achieve to. Just depends. I might not have to if certain things are put upon me. And then it's done in a very dynamic way, a very sustainable way, a way that won't involve certain types of negativity, especially upon my life. It's like I would never impose or want that upon somebody else's life, for it to be put in a negative position, to be put at a high risk position to where it's affected in a negative way. It's like everything is going in the way that you intended to, in a way that's going to provide for your family way. And somebody should not disagree with that, especially if everybody that you know of is waiting to say, I feel it, is benefiting from that. That's why certain people do certain job descriptions or join certain organizations of involvements. It's like you didn't know what certain people could do just because of the title or the type of phrase that they accumulate with. If you listen, to be able to be in front of anybody, no matter their job description, and be able to prove of who I am that I ask of you, God. Man, I feel like you know what's on my heart, my mind, my body, my soul. You know everything I want. There might be billions of people in this planet, and I'm sure you know what they all want, so I can be one of them. Man. Man. How you gonna do it other than being in front of a camera and signing what paperwork? Yeah, ever since I was in here with my parents, and I got out in this world and started to do what other people's idea of accumulation is, other job descriptions, whether written or told to me. And it's like, what did it do for not just myself but humanity? How did it not bring confusion? How did it not bring an illusion? How did it keep that which it is within ourselves as potential or residential, to where it's not in a such a said confidential way, but an actual way of confidence within inside that of you, God? How is it the way that I can keep this to myself? That way it's not taken or perceived as a joke. Either way, it has to be done right. A person, if they choose to use a video camera to make videos and to make money from, and also you got to add the other stuff to benefit a life, to change a person's life. When they watch it, they feel that sensation, they feel that whatever it is that's gained from that, no matter what it's doing. Right now, sitting, you can see that all the videos. Oh, but they were sitting in their car with effects. But they still was sitting in the. It's like it's just because of a name. That's why when they put effects on it, a name, and they put effects on it. Just sitting, I can take a fragment sitting and because of what they said, because of how it looked. I'm really trying to get this before I really implement it. And then how's it that I stay the way that accumulation will continue, and it won't change me, it won't impact me in a way that it reverses. If you listen, if you listen, it's gonna sound ridiculous, right? It's gonna sound unreal, right? It's gonna sound idiotic, right? It's all these ideas that never were truly ideas, but then once a person started to really exhibit or enhance that said title, that job description, I'm really taking this. If you look, I said I know how to communicate, God. I feel I know how to get with you, God. I feel I know how to talk to you to where you bring that positive impact in my life, and not just that, but my family's life. And I know how to do it with a video, right? It's like, how does it and why does it matter what types of my body that are involved in action? How is it that when moving and maintaining a certain type of resilience is accepted? Because if I'm able to do certain things now and I do it, it was pressed upon me versus me pressing it. I could have simply said, hey, is it okay if I do this? And this is why.
This what it feels to be.
And that'd have been it. It's so simple to get it out there, so we think, but yet it hasn't got it out there. And then think about, as we look back, like, dang, it still hasn't got it. You know how long I haven't said this exact phrase to tap into this either reality or saying this one thing that you can probably provide for me. And once you have provided for me, I'm able to continue and give, like, providing to other people. Who hasn't said it? It's going to be put. It's like, once you say it, you just don't go back from what you asked for, you know. But it's like, who wouldn't want that? Especially if something happened to you that you do not know, and you like, how can I tell somebody about it? And look, you go to somebody who say they qualify and say, and no, not just say that, but they look like it and they can show it with their qualifications for it, that they have materialized that to be selected. So it's okay, go with them. And you really can. They can say they took as much time, they can show as many documents, say they took as much time, and there you go, believe that. That's what you believe. So that's why you're going to ask this to help you in your life versus asking somebody else for that of the that of you, God. Who would have these things to know that it just, but they say, just appeared out of nowhere. I'm serious. You're like, what? Then you just go to church? You're like, no, I was sitting in my car making a video. And that matter of fact, I put it out. There's a video I put out about it. And some niggas mentioned it. And it happened upon it. Seriously, versus being out in front of people and talking about it. You know, you can do it so many different types of ways. And you just all about preparation too. Like you think about it, when you get there, you sitting there, everybody else in the audience, and you have to listen to this one person. You know, what really got you there just for that one person? I want to see this relation truly what this is. I see. I know what he's doing. I know what he can do. I know how he can put it. So once he can, it's like it's kind of not what. You fair?
If you want some diamonds, if you want some diamonds, if you want some diamonds,
why would it not? God, why would it not?
if you want some,
Especially all the differences is that of accumulation.
let the truth come out, control what lies within. Don't you scream and shout, cause we all have sin. I be in A-Town, our new name.
And it's like the only reason we choose a job description is because that of accumulation. It accumulates. That real word? That sound like a real word. I just where did I go with it? I'm trying to be serious here. I tried to put down the BS.
But I'm gonna keep going.
You see how I said, yeah. Oh, he just, I can feel it. Hey, my body's like, yo, you just said BS on the camera. You feel it? Why would somebody ask this other than reading about it? Right? They probably already asked it. They think we're not kids no more. We're this amount of involvement here that we can prove through writing stuff down. Or through stuff that we can read. This is how we prove what it is. We can find ways to research it too. Of what it is that it is. You can feel this. It's taking. Oh, okay, here we go. How is it that I will be able not just to heal myself, God, but heal somebody else through that of a physical impact? Because if I'm able to do that, and you will allow that, please let this be not the same as another story that had the same type of influence. I am Tyree Jamar Plater, singing.